Hi, well, welcome everyone to today's Zoom call. This is Sue Fleckenstein from Createful Journals. And what I wanted to talk about today, we had a couple of questions in the Facebook group and from email. So I thought we'll cover those first. And then if you have any other questions, we can talk about that later on as well. So the first question was about productivity tips for my business. So how do I keep productive? How do I, get things going? And this can apply, if you're not running a business, even if you just upload into Etsy or Amazon, you can kind of, the same kind of ideas can apply. So there's a few tools that I use. Now, of course, I do have like a team of people. Okay, just make sure that we're muted. Okay, hang on. Yes, if you can make sure that you're muted so we just don't get any background noise, that would be great. Okay. Okay, so as I said, there's several different things that I use to get productive in my business. So one of the first things that I use, and this is to communicate with my team, my designers, my VA, is I use Slack. So it's just a little app that you put on your computer or on your phone, and you could just send instant messages. I find I like it better than just like using Facebook Messenger, because I can upload like images. We share images. I can give you a quick show. This is so this is like what it looks like here. And then as you can see, like my VA, she'll do my images for me and she'll send them here for my approval. So it's just like a quick communication tool. And I find this really does help me get nice and productive as well in there. And it's just an easy way just to send through, different kinds of images, get things done. This is for next week's pack that's coming out on Monday. So we're just finishing that up. So that's one of the tools that I use. And it's good for, anywhere in the world. It doesn't matter where they are. It's easy. It doesn't cost me anything to send text messages, anything like that. Then another tool that I use is my Google Calendar. I just want to make sure that you can see the screen, because there might be a delay. Can everybody see the screen okay? Okay, great. Yeah, so on this Google Calendar, this is for, like my product launches. Again, if you were uploading to Etsy, you could, set yourself targets. This week I want to upload 1 pack to Etsy, put the name in here, and I put it on my my calendar here. So this is, like I said, next week's launch there. Then I would have the week after. And again, you can share this with people. So if you have a team of people that you need to share it with, I can share it with affiliates. I do have an affiliate calendar as well. So, this is a kind of tool that you can use for, not just if you have the business side, but Etsy, or even if you're uploading to Amazon KDP, you can just set yourself goals and use your calendar to put the goals on there. And then the other tool that I was going to show you is the Trello board. Just have to get over there. Okay, so I have a Trello board and I have all different kinds of boards on here. And this is my one that, when I'm uploading to Etsy, I can put in the products that I want to upload. And again, like I can do this for business and personal stuff. Again, it just helps me keep on track as well. And then, so for example, what I did here is when I'm uploading to Etsy, I just created a step-by-step checklist. So I know every single time, what I have to do, add the list in, every little box. And and I'll go through here myself and I'll just tick all these boxes so that I know that, I've uploaded everything properly. And I do the same when I'm uploading products to my member site. I'll have the same type of thing in there. I'll just have step-by-step, and it's for my only use, but it's also good for if, I bring in a new VA or I ask somebody on my team, can you just do this for me next week? And they have all the, the steps right in front of them. So, this is something that I use here, things like making sure you get all the 13 tags for your Etsy products, doing the images and things like that. Yeah, the first one was called Slack. I can just put that in the chat here too. That's the app I use here. Yes, and I do have the Trello board that I can share. I just have to find the link for you. I believe it was this one here. Yeah, I can share this for you as well. Okay, I'll put that in the chat. That should work. If it doesn't work, I'll get you the proper link afterwards. So you should be able to make a copy and then use that one for yourself as well. So you could do the same type of thing for any product that you do. And if you upload into Shopify, you could create a Shopify board. I just find it's easier on Trello. And again, like you can have the instructions, setting up your store, or this could be setting up your products, any of the resources that you use, where you get your graphics from. So you could just come in here and to add a card, it's really easy. Just, add the title of your card. And then you can come in here, you can add descriptions. You can create labels, which is kind of nice. I mean, these are the ones that I have here, and you can create any label with any different color. So again, you could have, a graphics label, a step-by-step label, do research, things like that. And then you can just, put them on here. So if we wanted to put this as say this was a new product, and then what size does it show up here as well? I can add team members to this board. So if I'm creating a brand new product, what I'll do is, okay, this is, and assign it to a person. So I can just go to the members and assign the member to that person. Again, I can do due dates, and you can do this for yourself as well. So you could just say, okay, my goal this week is to get this product in Etsy by Wednesday, and add the due date, and then it will send you out a reminder. So you can do the due date here. So if I wanted the due date to be Sunday, and then you can actually put the time, and then here too, you can just do the drop down, and then, if you want to be a day before, 2 days, 2 hours, things like that. So that's pretty useful. And it's just like a nice little incentive thing to get you, to keep you on track. So that's what I do in there. Then the other board, I can just show you my A member. Yeah, so this one here, now this is my A member step. So again, even if I'm doing this myself, like if I'm uploading the product, I'll come in here and then just start doing everything. So I'll make sure, I've got the product there, find the product number. I go down step by step with all the little tips in here. Like here, we make sure that, the product can't be ordered until it's ready to go live in the store. And again, this is for my benefit too. But again, if I was to bring on new members into the, into my project, then, they can learn how to do this really easily as well. So that's, I find it very useful here, how to create the coupons, and then I even went one step further here. Like you'll see, I've even got things like how to add everything into Convertkit as well. And some of these will just be video links in here, and then others will be step by step how to create the form. And again, we've got the steps to how to do everything in here as well. Okay, so that's basically some of the tools that I use. Other tools that I use in my business are the Convertkit is the one that I send out the emails to, and one thing that I like to use too is I've created a couple of spreadsheets, and I can show you that one as well. So this one here is my, actually it's over here. Yeah, so this is the one that we did this one in Google Drive because I share it with my VA. And, we just put down products to promote. So in March, every day I come in here and whatever I want to promote that day or that week, I put in here with links and instructions so that, I could just come in here every morning. Oh yeah, this is what I'm going to promote today. Or my VA goes in here. Okay, we need images, and she'll go in and do the images for me. And again, like I've just done one for every month of the year, and I'll come in here and fill it out as I go. So, this I find is a very useful tool. And then the other spreadsheet I have is this is my affiliate income tracker as well. So it's just very basic, the date, where I made the commissions, and then the amount and the notes. So I'll just put in like today's date. Say if I was, if I was promoting, say, PLR Planner as a product on there, I'll put the name in there. And then I'll just add a note in here, whether it's about a coupon, or if it did really well for me, I'll come back and put in, the name of the actual product that I was promoting. So I can keep track of what has worked for me and what hasn't worked. And what's kind of nice about that is I can go back and see, if I have a spare spot that I want to fill, I can come back, oh, this one really converted really well for me, and I'll go back and I can promote it again. I'll just check the chat here. I don't have the A member one in Trello yet, but I can see about creating one because that's got a lot of personal information in that one. So I can't really share that one at the moment. But, if I have enough people that want an A member step-by-step board, I can put something together for you there too. Yes, the walk-in template is, that's new. I'm just kind of finishing getting that one ready for the store. So that is coming out probably next week. It's going to be in a bundle. There's a big bundle sale going on next week from Diet PLR Planners, and that's going to be one of the bonuses. But yes, it's going to be in there as well. Okay, so if I have enough interest in the A member, then we can see about, I can put in a basic a board together. Okay, so that's those ones there. And then let's go back to the PowerPoint over here. Okay, so now if anybody has any more questions on that, like I just kind of went over things quickly. Oh, and the other thing I was going to say, if you're interested in something like Convertkit, the email, because I can't show you it because there's a lot of private information in there, again, with subscribers' emails and stuff. But if you're interested in me doing like a training on what Convertkit is and how to use it, I can see if I can get like a demo account, and then I can walk you through how to set it up, how to send an email. So if I have enough interest in that, that's something that we could do in the future as well. So you could let me know, if you were interested in something like that as well. Okay, so so the next question I had was, I'd like to hear you talk about delivering value to the customer to stand out in shops like Etsy. With so much available, how can a seller not blend in with everyone else? Again, it depends on how you package up the products. And again, it comes to modifying and customizing the templates, which is the second question as well, about how can we change up the templates enough. And if you're in my journal prompts, or as it's now called, the monthly inspiration templates and prompts, we've now started putting in a monthly video, and usually they run 20 to 30 minutes about how to customize your templates. So if you're a member of that, you can go in and find one of those videos to show how I do it. But if not, I'll walk you through a few tips here as well. Do I organize my PLR in Trello? Well, I have a product launch schedule where I put down what I have coming up in the store. So pretty much I'll have one board that is for my designer to, okay, this is what I want them to create. And then once it's ready and I have it, then I'll put it over into a launch thing. I mean, if that's what you meant, unless you had another question there, Sky. I mean, I just use Trello like a big planner. I mean, I do have a planner here too. I can show you, like, if you can see my planner here. Yeah, so I do have a planner that I use because I do like to write things down as well inside the planner. So for purchases, I don't organize that in Trello. So for my purchases, I will just have folders actually I have them on my external hard drive. So I'll have again, let's say I buy something from Color Me Positive. So I have a folder called Color Me Positive, and then I will put down all the things that I buy from there into that folder. Then what I do is, once I start to use those templates, then I'll create a copy of it. And then I will put that into its new folder. Like say if I'm going to make, like she's got the lion pack out, I believe. So if I was going to create a lion journal, then I would just name that folder lion journal, put a copy of her templates into there. And then from there, I will start making, like saving everything in there. I would also put any other graphics into that folder. I'll put things like, you know, I've started putting things like, even if I'm using certain fonts, I can put the name in there. I've done the color swatches. If I'm using certain colors, I just put that inside that folder. Like I just save the image and put it in the folder. So anything and everything around that one topic, I put inside its own folder under that shop's name. I mean, that's one way to do it. I think other people will just have like purchase templates, and in that big folder you can have all the different stores, and then you can have another brand new folder where is trying to, you know, where you, whatever you're creating, and then from there you have the different names. And if you don't want to do the copies, or you could just put yourself a note inside that, you know, say I'm making a planner, then I'll just put a note, like a text note in there of, I got this from whoever I got it from, or if it's mine, you know, things like that. So you can, I always like to put notes in there so that you don't forget. But you could do it on a, like, I don't see why you couldn't really do it on a, like a spreadsheet as well, because you could have, you know, even if you had the date, the name of the store, you know, maybe even, and then once you start using it, you could come in here and link to what folder. So you could copy the link and put on your computer and put that in here, and maybe organize it into a spreadsheet. That's another way of doing it. If you use Google Drive to store things, so we can just switch over there. Let's go to Google Drive for a minute. Yeah. So in Google Drive, the nice thing about Google Drive is, say if I was doing a Christmas product, you can actually come in here and change the color of the folder. So if we want to do Christmas, it's red. And okay, it just changes the little folder icon, but this way, you know, it could help you, you know, identify where your products are. So if you wanted to organize everything inside Google Drive, you could do something like that as well. Okay. So then we'll go back to yeah, how to make your product different in Etsy. So what I do with mine is, I mean, obviously you go in there, if you change fonts and you change colors, we change layouts a little bit. But then I have been trying to find things I can add as a bonus. So let's go to the walk-in templates over here then. So for example, if I was doing a walk-in pack, a walk-in tracker, maybe I would go and find like Raven's or Maureen's coloring pages and see if there's something based around walk-in nature, things like that, that I could use as a bonus. And then, you know, so when I'm doing my listing in Etsy, it's like you also get this bonus coloring pages. It could be, you know, even something more like a daily planner, like just 1 or 2 pages of a daily planner that you could add in as a bonus. So instead of just making, you know, this is a printable pack, I think if you put in printable pack with a bonus, it's kind of, oh, I get something extra. So that's one way to make things stand out a little bit more inside Etsy. And then again, too, it's just like changing some of these graphics out. I mean, you could just come in here, you know, we could come in and just change the color scheme. And then just come in and, you know, you could change the colors of the tracker like that as well. But again, then you can go and find some graphics to change things up. So trying to find different graphics. So I can just find the one I had open. I'll go this way. Yeah. So I went to like Creative Fabric, and you can find, you know, like a set of related graphics, and then you can come in here and just, you know, change out these graphics. We could, you know, you've got a shoe in here, you could bring in the shoe and create something, you know, different in here. So we can actually take this one out. And then we could just put in something like the shoe in here, make that smaller. And then, we could duplicate it here. Could put that over this way as well, something like this. Or we can make our own little, if we make them smaller in here. So you could do the same type of thing and just create it all the way up the page. So again, just changing things up in that way. We could also just change the colors. So you could give them just a plain tracker again, but then if we wanted to, we could just come in and like format the background and color it up. So some simple things that you can do to make things look different again. But I like, for actually making your tracker look different to other people, I find lately that giving out a bonus has been the best thing, so they get something extra. So if that helps there. And then let's see what the other question was. Yeah, so it's more, again, it's just about changing the template and so that it doesn't look, so we could change up completely if you wanted to. You could move things around. So we could move, so let's see what we could do here. We could actually just bring this, put this at the bottom. So changing the layout is another idea that you could do to make things look different from the original. So things like that as well, just to try. And then of course, just changing the fonts alone will make a difference. So come in and find a different font that you want to use. Changing the font color. So we could do something like that again, just to make things look different again. And again, you can even put an image into the background. We could pull up, because this one came with some background papers as well. So you could come in and just, pull in an image. I'm just going to do it the quick way for now. So we could just, put something like this in here. And then just send it to the back. So you've got, the paper around it. And then I find too, if you offer, so say we were going to do one with the background, something like this, then what I would do is I would duplicate this and then create one that doesn't have the background in it so that it's plain. So people, again, they have the option of, so they can have the option of having just a plain one, depending on what they want to print out. So then I would just go back and actually just make this white again. Right, so you could just make all this white, turn that to black, or just leave that colored. So then people can either have the decorative one, or they can have the the plain version, whichever they want there. So that again would make it look different. And then you could come in and change out. You could offer like maybe 5 different ones with 5 different backgrounds, and people could pick and choose which one they wanted to print. So giving them lots of options is another way on how to make things different in Etsy as well. So if we have any questions on that one, I think I saw some questions. Yeah, okay, we'll go back to Convertkit in a second then. I'll just see if we had any more questions on changing the templates. Okay, all right, so the question from Denise is about using tips in Convertkit. So how do I use the tags? So it all depends on how you're using Convertkit. Like I'm using Convertkit with a member. So my biggest thing is I like to know which product my customers have purchased from me. Now I can do that in a member, and then in Convertkit, why I like to know that is because I like to know who's actually purchased a product as opposed to people that just download nothing but freebies. They never actually pay for a product. So I have my tags in Convertkit. So I'll have an A member paid tag, and then I have an A member freebie tag, which means they've come from my website and they've either picked up a freebie or they've picked up a paid product. So I have tags like that, and then you can use tags as if you want to know what product that they have purchased. So if you didn't have a member, that would be a good one to have, because then you can have a tag that says purchased, walking tracker, purchased my 2021 yearly planner. So you can have tags like that as well. And then when you go to email people, you can select those people that have say they have the walking tracker, and I just want to email people that have an interest in fitness stuff, then I will go through and find out all the tags that are related to like walking trackers, health stuff, and I can just email those people with Convertkit instead of having to, email everybody. So that's, some different ways. So there's lots of tags that you can use. You have to watch you don't get crazy with too many tags, because then it can get a little bit confusing. I've I did start off using a lot of tags, but because I have a member, in a member, I have the function again that I can go through and email people that have bought just a certain product, like with the journal pumps or the Pretty Printables Club. I go in every month and just select everybody that is subscribed to Pretty Printables, and I can email them from inside a member. Now, if you don't have a member, you can set it up inside Convertkit to do exactly the same thing. So we can just, if you had a membership, you put in the membership tag, and then every month, you can just go in and select everybody with that tag, and then you just email those people there. This is a simple template. So if you're familiar with the simple templates, they come in 3 different sizes. And this one here has 11. It has 10 because the first one's just an instruction page, but we have 1, 2, just go through them quickly. Yeah, this is just that one there. Actually, let's just go this way. Okay. Yeah, so that's what we have. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There's 9 in here. Usually there are between 7 to 9 templates in a pack, but you get the 8.5 by 11 size, you get the 6 by 9, and then you get the 8 by 10. And I have a whole web page. It's just nothing but simple templates, and you can mix and match everything in there as well. Okay, let me just go back through the questions here. I have been with Convertkit for, about 6, I would say going on 5 or 6 years now. I did have an issue with them, but the customer service is really good. And it wasn't actually a Convertkit issue. It was an A member issue because of A member and Convertkit have to talk to each other with an API. And there was a kink in it. And finally we got it fixed. So yeah, I was with a Weber when I started. The reason why I didn't stay with them is because with a Weber, you pay per subscriber. So it means if you were in 10 lists in a Weber, I'm paying for you 10 times. Whereas in Convertkit, you can be on those 10 lists. I'm only paying for you once. So it was a cost thing. And then I don't know if a Weber has tags now, but at that time they had no tags. Every time you wanted to do anything different, you had to call them to get permission to change settings and stuff. So it was just really, clunky. I didn't like it. I think I tried Get Response. I think I lasted there like 7 days and gave up because I just couldn't figure out how to use it. And I like Convertkit. I mean, you know, I haven't really had any major issues. And like I said, when I go on support to even ask them a question, I mean, I get answers really, really quickly. So I've been very happy with them. So for the next question is, do I sell these bound, or do your customers simply print them out? Again, that's up to you how you want to sell them. So if I'm selling on Etsy right now, I'm selling things as a printables pack. So they're just to be printed out, you know, as loose sheets, and people can put them into a binder if they wish. But again, you could take like these simple templates here, these walk-in ones, and turn them into like a full-blown walk-in planner that you can have bound and sell that way too. And I'm actually going to be, because for the spiral binding, I've usually used Lulu. They have changed things up. So I'm actually going to be updating my course with the Lulu stuff in there. And I do know that there is an API now for Lulu to integrate with some things. So I'm going to look into all of that and see. It might be, you know, I'm hoping we can find a way that it's easy to do print on demand with Lulu instead of having to go in and always like put in the order manually. So I'll keep you updated on that one as well. Yeah, and Diana was saying too about with the backgrounds, we could come in and fade things as well. So if you don't want the background to be so dominant, oops, then we can just come in here and fade the background as well. So you can just change the transparency. You can come up to the picture format. You can even change the color a little bit. So if you, even if you want to just turn this into black and white, you can do that as well here. And then if you wanted to change the transparency, again, we can just change it in here as well, however you like. So you can make the backgrounds look a little bit more faded so they're not so prominent in there as well. Okay, so for my file storage for Amember, I use Amazon S3 because I want the files to, the thing with Amember is it protects your download links, so that if you were to buy a product and you download it, and then, you know, say you try to give it to, you know, a friend to say, oh, go download this, I really liked it, they would not be allowed to download that link. So I want the protection. So if I use Dropbox, the link becomes unprotected. So I really don't know why people use Amember and then deliver the file with Dropbox. Yes, it's cheaper, but you've just taken a protected link and it becomes unprotected. As far as I know anyway, because you can take that link and give it to somebody else and they can go download it from Dropbox as well. Google Drive, I use mainly to share my files with my team members. So if I have like my VA or a designer will do my template for me, she'll put it into Google Drive so I can download it. But when I'm selling my files, you will always download them from Amazon S3. I did try a different provider. It was called Backblaze, which it worked, but the only problem was people's antiviruses kept on seeing their download links as a threat. So it was a nightmare. I mean, I tried, I think, a couple of products, and then I had to switch it all back to Amazon S3. And as far as I know, if you're new to Amazon S3, I believe you can still get an account where the first year is free, so you don't have to pay that much. I mean, I'm not paying huge amounts. Usually it's around the $10 a month price. The odd time, like if I have a huge sale or something, it will go up. But, you know, again, it's a business expense and it's affordable, and my files are safe. Even if my computer hard drive were to crash, I can go back into Amazon S3 and download every single file again. So I don't have to, you know, so it's a nice backup feature as well. Okay, so do I have a good resource for bound companies? Okay, depends on where you are. If you are in the UK, I recommend Docs Direct. I think it's docsdirect.com. They have a great binding. You can add like the nice plastic over the covers. They will insert tabs for you. And they do say that to ship it abroad, the shipping isn't a lot of money, but I don't know how much it would cost to come through customs and in customs. I mean, you know, if shipping's only $5 or $10, but if at customs I've got to pay extra $30, it's just, you know, that people aren't going to want to pay that kind of import fee. So, so for the UK, Docs Direct, then I've been using like Lulu, and I said they have updated everything, so I'm going to go back and revisit it. Actually, I'm doing that next week, and I'll let you know, how that is. Another one that people use is Snowfall Express. I think that's what it's called. And then I'm also looking into Vivante. They have a nice, really nice printing company, and apparently you can integrate it into Amazon if you want to do the spiral bound planner. So again, these are things that I've just got to find time to go in and research, and then I can let you know how it all works. Yeah, okay, I'll type them in here. It's Docs Direct, and I believe it's .com. Then you've got Lulu. Then we have the Snowfall. I think it's called Snowfall Express. I haven't used it, but I know a lot of people that do. And then Vivante, I believe, is this one here, vivante.com. So you can have a look at those ones. Oops. Okay, let me just put them in there. Let me just type that in again. It didn't go through. Okay, so we've got lulu.com. Docs. And I believe it's .com. Yeah, I mean, I'm in Canada too, and I've used Lulu with no, that's what I've used when I've gotten my planners, which I can just grab one here. This is one here that I did in Lulu, and the shipping was really cheap too. Like, this is just my Let's Get Published book that I have in there. So I had this one done with Lulu, and they'll often have a lot of coupons on their site. So sometimes you can get free shipping, or reduced prices on there. So you want to have a look at that one as well. Oh, did you not see the journal? I mean, I've got the walking templates on the screen right now. You should have been. But anyway, I mean, I'm in Canada and I use Lulu with anything else. Okay, Amazon S3, it's not really hard to use. You have to go and get the key, like you need keys and stuff. So that's the hardest part. There was a course somewhere on it. I have to try and find it. Once you're in the interface, right, the thing is, it looks absolutely totally confusing. I don't even know, maybe I could just log in quickly. Hang on. Let's see if we can log in here. Okay, so can everyone see the screen now? It's just logging into Amazon S3. Okay, so when you look in here, it looks, when you come into your management console, once you've logged in, set everything up, and then it looks totally confusing with everything in here. There's so much in here, but the only thing we want is Amazon S3. So you click on here. And then it's just the basics of you setting up your folders and everything else. It's just going to take a little while to load here. So you have buckets, and then, so this is my Createful journal bucket. Then inside everything in here, it would be, I'll just go into this one here. So you have a bucket, which is the main name of everything. And then this is where you just upload all the products that you want to share. So it's basically, you upload it, drag and drop into here, and then you're done. If you want to add a folder, you'll add the folder name in here, and then it's pretty much done. Then when we're ready to share it, again, it depends on how you share it. I do it through a member, but if you're not going to have it that way, so say for this, you just go find the link. So this one, I would have to make it public again, because like I said, it's protected unless you make things public. And then you can come in and grab the link, and then this is what you would give to your customers as well. Right, so that's basically like a quick look. So it looks confusing, but it really isn't that confusing. It's just setting it all up. I'll see if we have to find some tutorials on that, because you have to go and get like keys and stuff like that to start everything off. But once you've got it set, it's easy to use. No, well, for the links in here, like, you don't want to make them public, because that means that anybody that has that link can go, like said, so I can give you the link, and then off you could, like, most people don't, but of course you get those people that suddenly decide to share the link with 10 people. So they got your pack for free. So we don't want to, really do that there. So I just leave it, again, because I integrate it with a member. So in there, a member produces a whole other link, and then that's the link that everybody will get to download the product. So yeah, so you just want to make sure that you keep it private and that they can share the link that way. If you do have to do a public link, then what I'll often do, say if I'm doing like a bundle and I want to give you something for free out of my S3 account, I'll put it into its own folder. I'll make it public, say like for 5 days, and then everyone can go download it. And then once that 5 days is gone, I take it out of that folder, so that link doesn't work anymore. So that's how I get around that as well. Do I have a course, get it set with Amazon from scratch? I can't remember. If I'd have to go look in my PowerPoint course if I put that in there or not. Like, I'm not sure. Like, I'll make a note, actually. Let me make a note. And the thing is, again, like, because you can make a course with this, it's one of those things, though, that they've just updated everything here, and it threw me off for a little bit too, until I just kind of had to figure out how to use it. So, but I can see, I know somebody has some videos about how to set up Amazon S3. I'll see if I can find it, and then we can, I can get that out for you. Okay, so now we can go back to the, yeah, so there's the walk-in template. I think we had some more questions on this. So do you have any other questions? Anything else that you wanted me to cover? And like I said, if you're part of the printables, even the course, the club, and then the new journal prompts or the monthly inspiration templates, you'll get videos every single month on how to take one of the templates and customize it. I can just give you a quick peek. I think I still have it here. Yeah, I'll just give you a quick peek at one that we did for this month's. Oh, it's moved. Okay, hang on. No, it's not in there. Too many folders. Let me find my journal prompts. Okay. wasn't the one. If you bought the pretty printables, if you bought the pretty printables, there's a course and then there's the club, which is the monthly template. So in both of those, there are videos, like walkthroughs of customizing the journals and how to do things in there. So both of those will have some of those videos. And I just put a new one into the Pretty Printables course just the other day, actually, and I think it was about 34 minutes worth of just showing you how to take one template and making it different. Yeah, this isn't a, yeah, it was a different one that I wanted to show you, actually. That was just, yeah, so this was one that, just to give you an idea, let's just go this way. Okay, so this is one that was in the monthly templates just this week. So you got these first two templates here. So this is just a little game that we put in here. So what's my name? And then you just write the answer in here. And then this is the answer sheet right here with all the answers. So then I went in and I showed you on the video how to, so I took, basically I just took all the images and then I just made like a match the pairs type of game for kids and just rearranged the order of these, and just to give them an example, put a line there so then they can come in and draw the lines. So, so the video will show you some of these little things, how you can go in and change some of the templates up. And then this game here was, here you just start putting all the different letters in a row, and then again, they'd have to match the letter to the vegetable that way. And then again, if you can put in the answer key. So this was just an example of how to do the answer key as well, if you want to include an answer key to it as well. Okay, and then this was the other. Yeah, so this again, so this was one of the templates that you got in the pack this month. And then I just came in and gave you some ideas of, basically just take out the words so people can fill in with what they actually plant in their gardens. So that was where I was thinking on that one. Then I just made like a garden shopping list out of that same template. So we started with this one up here with everything in it. And then we just made some different variations. So this was just, people can write in what they want to plant. Are they doing it in the pot? Will it go straight into the garden? What month they should start it at? So, so just from that one template, I've already got like 4 or 5 different versions of what you could do with it. Then I just added something simple as a garden calendar so people can put in the month and then they can write the notes into just a simple grid. That's all that is. And here too, this is the one that we provided you with. And then what I did was I just took everything out to have a nice divider page. So you can put that in between sections. If you wanted to make a bigger planner, you can put this page in between all the different sections. And then I just took out some more of the text here. And this is just going to be all about full sun vegetables. So you can just put in a list of what you're going to grow that grows in full sun. Then you could do one for full shade, partial sun and shade, things like that. So again, we've expanded on one template. We've changed it into like 3 or 4. And then that was the game one that we did. So you get a video like that every single month showing you some different, and I do these right off the fly. Like I don't research ahead of time. I actually just go in, I look at it and I just start playing with it. So it's like, I have no idea what I'm going to come up with. It's just, I go on there and I just come up with some ideas. So this is just off the top of my head. So, and then again, now that you can think, well, we could make some kids activity games, you could take some of these images, maybe put them into a maze, make some kind of little, even like a handwriting exercise, put in the lines for handwriting, and kids could write, with these vegetables. So you could make a whole pack of kids activities just based around, these graphics right here. so that's what we did. So we started off with, and that was the one with all the different letters here. So we started off with, I think this pack had like 3 templates and we ended up with 13. So, so just to give you some ideas. Yeah, this membership, okay, it used to be journal prompts. I'll have to go find the link to the, it's now called, because it's a lot about the templates instead of prompts, so we just changed the name. So monthly templates and the journal prompt. So I was just trying to make the templates like the star of the show instead of the journal prompts. So that's what it's called there. And I just see if I can just find you the link. Well, yeah, well, it only went up $2 and it's been 3 years since we even changed the price on that. But still, even for $7, you get so much content in there. You get like, okay, we include 5 PowerPoint templates, but sometimes in those templates, there's more than one layout. So you're getting a lot for $7, like I can show you here. Get down to the graphics. Yeah, here's the link here. Yeah, so so you're getting all of this in here. So you get the actual journal prompts here. Then we have a calendar that's in a PDF form. You would get it as a PowerPoint template as well, so you can go in and change everything up. And then we also give it to you as a fillable PDF, so you can actually type into the PDF in the little journal boxes, calendar boxes in there as well. You get links to event pages, like events for that month. So that's a good way to try and find ideas of creating journals and planners around it. Then I just use a fun page of words related to each month. Again, a lot of people use those actually in the Facebook groups, and they're just, say, go and write something about these words. They'll actually post the journal prompts in their Facebook groups every day as daily messages, instead of just, some will go and create journal prompts and publish them, but other people just use them on social media as little prompts and messages. Okay, and then, yeah, so that was just as an example of some of the templates that you get. And then we've just also added some social media templates. Again, these are all done in PowerPoint, and you get them sized for Facebook, Instagram, and Pinterest. And I kind of try and make them related so you could use them all together. Again, they're very easy to go in and edit. You just add your own details. You can change the colors if you want different colors. So you get a set of those every month now. So all that for $7 it's really cheap. Inspiration for each month. I have a wonderful lady that helps me put this together, and we bounce ideas off of each other. So I have to give her credit for helping me come up with the ideas. Again, I go through the monthly events and I just kind of think, okay, May is walking month, or it's Nurse Appreciation Day. So we did a plan around that. So we just try and pick out, 4 or 5 of those top events each month. And that's what we start as our inspiration for the month. And then we just develop it into something else as well from there. So, but again, I'm not taking credit, because I have this, like I said, my wonderful lady helps me bounce off ideas every month too. Yeah, it's getting all that content out. It can be a challenge sometimes, and and coming up with the new ideas. But again, when I run the polls, and I ask you guys questions, I really do appreciate your feedback, because it helps us put these products together. I mean, some of them are solely based on what customers have asked for. Others were just, ideas that we had as well. So it's a little bit of everything. But again, if you do take the time and fill out one of the polls that I send out every couple of months, it's a huge help in knowing what kind of planners that you want. I mean, obviously we can't do everything, but and then again too, I really try and do more more generalized. So instead of being very niche specific, I'll make it more general, but then you can go in and really like nicheify that topic into different ones. Like even with the walking pack, you know, you could go in and, you know, make it based around different landscapes, make it based around things in nature. You could even do walking like trails in different cities, things like that, to make your templates different to other people. So it's just trying to think out of the box and just, come up with the ideas. But yeah, it's it can take a while to come up with everything. And then it's all that you have to go in and put it together as well, like uploading the products, getting it into a member, creating all the sales pages and hooking it all together with Convertkit. Like it does take time. Okay, so does anybody have any other questions? Oh, okay. Denise wants to know, how long was I in business before I brought on a VA? Okay, so before I did the journal, like if you know me, before I did Createful journals, I used to run a PLR site called Buy PLR Today, which is now gone. I sold it. On that site, I did everything by myself. And yes, it made me money, but it didn't make me lots of money. So when I changed over to the journal, Createful journals, it took off like crazy. And my actual prompts was my very first product I ever put out, and it's still there almost 3 years later. It converts like crazy. So I would say, I think after about 6 months, I started getting some help with things. And the first help I had, it was just trying to get things organized a little bit. But at the same time, you know, I did take some coaching just to, again, like because the business was growing really quickly, and it's just, how do you keep track of everything? And that's where, you know, I got the idea with the Trello boards. The person that I was talking to, she uses, I can't think of the name now. Asana, I think it is, which I just didn't get on with. I like Trello better, but she used the same type of things, because you can just add people to a board, send them a message, this is what I want you to do, that type of thing. So, I mean, I took a mixture of coaching as well as, and then bringing in the VA. You know, some work, I mean, believe me, some worked out, some didn't. I mean, the girl, like right now I have a customer service person that she also does some designing for me. I have a designer, and then I have a VA that she's right now, she is doing all the little things for me. Like she will now do these images for me. I had to make a very tedious update in a member. And I got her to do it. Instead of me spending 3 hours doing it, I got her to do it over the course of a week or so. So it depends, you know, like if you're thinking of getting a VA or something, I would say it depends on what you want them to do. So, you know, I would say to make a list of, you know, what needs to be done. And this is where you can refer back to your Trello board and, you know, and all those different steps. And then you can see, like, could I outsource this, or is this something I really don't like doing these images? You know, I don't mind doing them, but they're tedious. It takes me a lot of time. I'd rather be sitting here today talking to you guys than go out and make 10 of these images. So I get my VA to do that for me. So that's what I would say. Make the list of what all the steps that you do, and then what either you really don't like doing or you have a very hard time doing, and think, could you outsource it? And then you want to see if, you know, if it's affordable. And, you know, like the one girl I got her from the Philippines, so she is very affordable. She even gets up early in the morning for the time change for me, so that we always kind of touch base live, and then she goes off and does everything that I need her to do. And honestly, even if it's just something small, sometimes outsourcing something might, it might be more affordable for you than you think, because you might think, oh, geez, I can't afford that $50-$60. But if you go there, once you do it and you think, okay, she was doing that, and, you know, I got this done instead, so it was well worth that $60 or whatever it is that you would have to pay. Yeah, there is a site, Donna, I have to find, I can't remember offhand, but there is a site you have to pay. And what I did is I kind of got together with somebody else that was looking to hire some help. We joined it. I think it was $99 to join for 1 month. And it is a monthly recurring thing. So you have to just make sure you join for a month and then get out of there. And then you place your ad, and then you get all these different responses, and like you kind of have to give them direction, like put this in the title, and then you give them like a practice thing that you pay like $2 for. If you want them to create like a printable for you, it depends what you want them to do. So you give them a little test thing, and then you just go from there. And then before the end of the month, you just cancel it, so you're not paying anymore. And then what I did, because you'll get, if you use that site, you get tons of responses. So I just kept a lot of the emails and the ones that I liked, so that if the person that I picked didn't work out, I could follow up without having to go back in and join again. Yes, the walk-in tracker will be in the store. Like I said, next week, it's going to be part of Die Häuser is having a spring PLR bundle, and I'm going to put that pack in there next week. But after that, it will be in the store under the simple template. So you will be able to buy it later on as well. Okay. Yeah, I can't think if it's onlinephp.com or something like that for the VA site. Yeah. Yeah, I'll have to, I'll make a note to find it. Okay. Okay, so we're pretty much done our hour. Does anybody else have any other questions? Yes, if you joined the mailing list, I will, once this replay is converted and uploaded to YouTube, I will send it out for you, and then you can have the reference for it. Yeah. Yeah, and then just let me know, because I mean, I enjoy doing these calls. Let me know if there's other things that you want to talk about. Like I said, we don't always have to just talk about journals and planners. We can talk about more of the business side. And if you're interested in the Convertkit demo, let me know, because I can ask them if I can get like a demo account, because then I can go in and show you, yeah, online jobs PH. Thank you, Kate. So if you're interested in that, then you can do that. And the Amazon, okay, I will look into Amazon. I can't even remember if I have some videos there, and see what we can do. Yeah, because you're not really setting up your store there. You're just using it for your downloads, right? So like I don't upload videos there. I don't even know how to do that, but I just use it to give people my download files. And if you're on Etsy too, you can do that as well. So you can store everything in Amazon S3 for Etsy, and just give the customer the link in your PDF file as well. All right, so I've got some people saying they're interested in Convertkit, so I'll see what I can do there as well. Okay, well, I just want to thank you all for coming today. It was great to have you here. And like I said, I'll get this recording done, and we'll get it out to you this afternoon. All right, so thank you very much for coming.